Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. Today, I want us to talk about Ethereum and its valuation against Bitcoin. Now, uh, today isn't something necessarily any special, but we might be in store for a reversal from Ethereum to its valuations against Bitcoin. Now, we've seen moves like this before, actually in recent memory. But I mean, Ethereum is up a modest 2.25% against Bitcoin, and up about 3.5% against the US dollar, making it cross the $1,900 mark. Um, However, in March we saw a similar move with Ethereum. We saw a move from the downward. This white line, if you're wondering what it is a symmetrical triangle that I drew out for a macro pattern of Ethereum, and saying that this will be a looks to be a line of support that Ethereum is holding, and that it has been for several weeks, ever since the middle of February, and here we are again. Riding it, but we're up 6% for the week, which is pretty impressive. The last kind of move we had similarly was about 8% in March, the first week of March. And when we look at the daily, you kind of see that here. You see this move up and then a move down um, against Bitcoin. So again, this is not something that we haven't seen before. We have. The question and it's hard to determine that when you're looking at the day to day, and we won't know for several weeks if this is the move that will bring Ethereum to higher highs, and hopefully breaking past this point here at around point zero four four point zero four five point zero four four Bitcoin. And if we do, it might result in a pretty impressive Ethereum rally. Now, um, again, we can't determine right now if that is the case. All we can do is sit by and watch. But what I have been doing is I already have a pretty big position in Ethereum. I've been a Ethereum bull, and just recently I mentioned with my VeChain holdings is that unfortunately it hit a stop. It triggered my stop at around 0.000047, around this white line here. Don't know exactly where it was, but the stop was triggered, and I sold my position of not all of it, but a portion of it, of VeChain back into Ethereum. And this is kind of like what I want to pivot to, is that if Ethereum is going to rally, keep an eye on all coins that have that kind of cyclical pattern against Ethereum. So altcoins like Cardano are a great example of that. If we move to the monthly chart, you can see that Cardano has a fairly cyclical pattern against Ethereum. Another great example of that is what we were just talking about. VeChain is another cyclical chart pattern against Ethereum. So there is an argument to be said that, well, VeChain is at not record highs but pretty high, and has been consistent in hitting this line here numerous times. One, two, three. The third time we blast right through it, and then four, where we're just below it now. And because of that, the argument can be made that this is fairly predictable, which is great as a trader. And so, although it's unfortunate that I had to sell a portion of my VeChain back into Ethereum, if Ethereum rallies, then I still ultimately benefit from it. I mean, even if Ethereum went down, I still benefit from that. I end up with more Ethereum than I had before if I didn't hold VeChain. Um, but that's one thing to keep in mind, is that if Ethereum is going to rally, keep an eye on altcoins like VeChain and Cardano, because most likely um, they will lose valuation. And you can kind of see that already for the month of March for Cardano. It is down 32% against Ethereum. And that's, you can argue that that is because of the phenomenal month of February Cardano had, rallying in a single month 250% against Ethereum. Um, so that's one thing to consider. The big question is, and it's something that I can't answer, or and no one else can answer, is if this is going to be the rally. I argue that it is, and obviously I put my money where my mouth is. I just sold my VChain position back into Ethereum, and my Ethereum position's already pretty high. But I believe that come spring and into summer, we should see a rally from Ethereum. An example of that is kind of like what we see here in 2020, this rally here of Ethereum. We saw April being a very good month, followed by a quiet May and June. But then in the summertime, July and August proved to be a very, very good chunk of time for Ethereum. So uh, we are far away from summer. We still got the second quarter to go through, but um, you can make the decision yourself if you want to front run that. So building your positions of Ethereum in preparation for that, looking at other altcoins. If you do have Cardano or if you do have VeChain, take a look at where you bought in comparison to the against Ethereum, and decide for yourself if this is a good time to transfer over those gains back into Ethereum, because in all honesty, Ethereum is extremely undervalued. It's still at $1,900 in comparison to Bitcoin, which is at $60,000. I think that um, in relation to that, Ethereum is undervalued, and because of that, that's why I'm very very bullish with Ethereum. Um, it's quite possible that we continue bleeding down, which I am okay with. Inherently, Ethereum is less risky than VeChain. So not only do I argue that, um, trading these cyclical charts like VeChain and sell VeChain when it's at its highest Ethereum valuations is a good thing. You're also offloading risk because VeChain is a riskier asset than Ethereum. Ethereum has been around longer, and it has proven to hold its value to some degree, at least better than altcoins. And obviously, Bitcoin is shown to hold its value better than Ethereum. So that's kind of like what I want to talk about today. Again, Ethereum's only up 2.5%, but I think we should have that conversation of, you know, what we've been having for the past several weeks. We talk about these scenarios of if Bitcoin rallies, then everything gets paused. If Ethereum rallies, then altcoins themselves, any other altcoins will start to pause because the liquidity goes back into Ethereum. And we've seen that time and time again. And we try to prepare ourselves for these movements within the market cycle. And if April, like in my previous video when we talk about Bitcoin and the look at Q2, if Bitcoin is lackadaisical, for lack of a better term, not moving to the upside or the downside for that entire quarter, then the narrative then comes, well, is Ethereum going to rally or alt's going to continue the rally? And I'm not gonna say with 100% certainty one's gonna happen over the other, but what we can do is prepare for both. So I have my positions in Ethereum. I still have my positions in VeChain because we've been talking about VeChain. And if you have your positions in Cardano, well, there you go. You have your positions in altcoins, you have your positions in Ethereum, and it's all about shifting risk over to one coin to the other to mitigate that risk and try to prep yourself for the best return based on that risk. But that's pretty much what I want to talk about today, you guys. Again, there's no clear evidence at this point in time that indicates that Ethereum's going to rally in the month of April. There is just none. We can only speculate and kind of flesh out the possible scenarios of something like that happening and how can we prepare for it. In my way, I sell my altcoins that have a fairly cyclical pattern against Ethereum, which is VeChain, and I sell it back into Ethereum and maximizing my Ethereum position. I also did that with Celsius. Uh, not recently, obviously, but when it was in the month of December and in November, I was selling my Celsius position, and that went back into Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's kind of like what I'm talking about here. But that's all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.